Since its release, I've poured a lot of time in Pokemon Legends Arceus, over 100 hours to be exact, which is pretty insane. I don't think I've poured that many hours into a game in such a short amount of time in ages. I've pretty much done it all in the game, completed the story itself, the after story stuff, and of course Shiny Hunt. I figured now would be a good time to reflect on my time spent playing the game. Stuff like all the good things about the game, the things I didn't like, was it worth playing overall, things I'd like to see in the future, all that stuff. All that stuff is going to be in today's video. And those who have not yet finished the game, don't worry, I'm going to try to keep spoilers to the minimum. Anyway, hang on, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and here's my review after 100 hours of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Looking back, wow, over 100 hours. The addiction is real, guys. Again, I never thought I'd pour that much into a game so quickly. And the reason behind that is simple. The gameplay. The gameplay is just so addicting. The catching mechanic is a huge aspect of this game. And the ease of just traveling around and throwing your Pokeballs at the Mon while hiding in the grass, while using things like different Pokeballs, food, and other items and that to try to get the advantage on Pokemon. It's just a huge aspect of this game, and I've absolutely loved it. It's a thing that fans have dreamt about for ages, to actually interact with the world and the Pokemon, and battling in the overworld too. The thrill of that is just something that cannot be underestimated. On top of it, there is a lot of quality of life changes. Everything is faster now. Again, battling in the overworld, as opposed to transitioning into another screen, that just makes everything so much faster now. Even catching is faster now. Notifications and everything, that's all faster too. But you also have things such as the ability to change your Pokemon's moves freely at any time, as often as you please. Being able to craft your own items also is huge. Something as simple as that makes it more rewarding to collect items to help you catch more Pokemon or in battle. I went through a lot of Pokeballs, especially for hunting for shinies, so the ability to craft saved me a boatload of trouble. And speaking of shinies, I love those changes. There's a bunch of ways to impact your shiny odds, and you no longer have to wait to endgame to hunt for a Mon. I made a whole video for that, and if you haven't checked it out, you should. You should see a link to that in the top right corner if you haven't seen that yet. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of those 100 hours were spent shiny hunting, and I absolutely loved it. By the time I finished the Pokedex, I had 18 shinies. After I got that shiny charm, I had 6 in one day alone. Again, I love it. And the Pokedex changes are very welcome too. No longer do you just need to own the Mon. To quote-unquote complete a Pokedex entry, you have to clear challenges for each Pokemon. It's a checklist, an achievement checklist. It's really fun and easy to do. And again, it feels like an achievement system. And these differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. What this does is it allows you to use that Pokemon as opposed to have it sitting in the box, and or forces you to catch more than just one Pokemon. And overall, it just feels better than in previous entries where you're kind of just slowly collecting Pokemon, or just collecting the ones you want and never interacting with the rest of the Pokemon that are in the game. Again, this is a very welcome change. I love the new strong style and agile style mechanics. They add some strategy to the game. You can go all out for a powerful attack to go for the KO, or you could go for a lighter attack to help catch a Pokemon, or to get an extra turn in battle later. And there's loads more. There's a ton of changes that just add to a really rewarding experience overall. The best thing is though, you don't have to feel like you need to rush the game. You can do as you please. Yes, you can pound your way through the story quickly if you want, but I feel the game allows you to just chill and go off in your own direction. Want to complete tasks for a Pokemon Pokedex? Go do it. You want to shiny hunt? Feel free. Want to goof around? You can. There is not a need to pound through the story like in previous games. To be honest, that routine was getting old, and I really love this open world direction. But overall, it's the gameplay that is really rewarding, and I've just soaked everything up and done everything that after 100 hours, I feel really fulfilled in playing this game. It's been a really rewarding experience. But there were some things I didn't care so much for in the game. First things first, graphics-wise, Game Freak really needs to start showing the main game some polish. There is just a lot of inconsistency in the overall visuals of this game. The open world areas are nowhere near as polished or detailed as one would like. Textures are highly inconsistent and sometimes painfully bad. You'll notice that some characters you talk to, you will look at their clothes and see designs that are just severely pixelated. A lot of textures severely pixelated. If you look at certain environments up close, you'll see some really bad texturing as well. It can be really bad. And this is not a Switch issue. This is a game developer issue. This is a Game Freak issue. And they need to step up. Also, for some cave environments, there are some really bad render moments around the models. Overall, there's a real lack of polish, and it's crazy because gameplay-wise, it feels like the A team worked on that, while at Game Freak, the C team worked on certain visual elements for the game. Pop-in is also pretty bad at times too, especially if you fly around. Again, it's pretty disappointing. That needs to change for the next entry. I don't expect Pokemon to be top tier visually. No one does, but lack of visual polish should not be a thing. I mean, this is Pokemon. This makes them a lot of money. At certain points, you gotta step up a little bit and show a little love to the visuals for these games. That's honestly my main gripe about the game. Some other issues that I have that I consider minor were the boss fights. They are really cool in concept and they lead to some very nice moments. But without spoiling anything, you'll see in the later parts of the game where it just doesn't come together as well as you would hope. And that might be apparent with the fact that if you lose at it, you can literally continue if you fail with progress and everything. I mean, it might speak to the fact that they didn't want to eliminate casuals from playing the game, but yeah, it just feels like Game Freak probably realized afterwards that it wasn't as solid as they hoped. It's something I would like to see them improve upon. Some other issues were at times when you would throw certain Pokeballs at Pokemon and they weren't aggroed at you. It would hit them, but wouldn't go through the animation of trying to catch the Pokemon. That was a little bit annoying and just seems like something they could fix though with an update. And just for reference, when they do get aggroed at you, any Pokeball thrown at them will not catch them until they de-aggro. That is correct, but what I'm talking about is just Pokemon that are not aggroed at you at all, and it just wouldn't go through catching animation. The ball would hit them, and it wouldn't go through that animation. Overall, it probably sounds like it's a little glitchy, and that, again, that might be something they can address in an update. And finally, there's no multiplayer battling, or really any endgame battles. There's very little endgame battles to speak of. This could be addressed in a DLC or an update, and hopefully they do proceed to add that to the game at a later date. I'd love to battle against some friends to just have fun, and experiment with the new battle mechanics. I could see the strong style and agile style mechanics making things competitive in the scene, and of course the new status updates. But anyway, as a whole going forward, I'd love to see a lot of stuff introduced in this game brought forward to future games. I do not want to see any random battles anymore. We should expect to see every Pokemon on the field. I love the new battle system in the overworld. That needs to stay too. The quality of life changes, like the ability to change moves at any time. Of course, the catching mechanics. I want to see all of that in future games. It's going to be a really bad experience if Game Freak or Nintendo revert back to their old ways, or to do something like BDSP again. For better or worse, I think after playing, players have expectations now and really love these changes and don't want to see it reverted. So anyway, in summary, after 100 hours, it was worth it. Even with things I did not like, not to beat the dead horse, namely the inconsistent visuals, it has overall been a fun experience. I have not been invested in a Pokemon game like this since I'd say Generation 2. When that came out many moons ago, I was super invested in it. But this one harkens back to those days, and I really love it. It's just so much fun, and for somebody like myself that's kind of an old dog when it comes to this series, it's great to experience it like I did in my childhood. But anyway, that is my review after 100 hours of playing it, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm curious for those who have played the game, what are your thoughts on the experience? Let me know in the comments. And the only thing I ask is to try to keep any story-related spoilers out of those comments, so those that might be reading don't get spoiled. If they're still playing the game or haven't yet played the game. Again, it's still a relatively new game overall. But anyway, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you appreciate it. And if you're not yet a subscriber, well, you should be. I post new videos each and every week on Nintendo stuff, and you definitely do not want to miss out. Also, Patreon members, thank you for your support. In fact, you guys helped make this video possible, and I thank you tremendously. If you'd like to additionally support this channel, check out my Patreon, which can be accessed via the link shown on screen. Again, I really appreciate the support. Also, I want to give a shout out to members of my Discord, Jared, Sparrow, and Spicy. You guys helped me out with this video and getting certain things in game. I don't talk about my Discord a lot on this channel, but maybe I should. So if you want to join the Discord, you want to hang out with some cool peeps, check it out. There's a link in the description box down below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.